Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Andrea Christian Parks, and welcome to day number 1 of the Care for Your Heart Challenge. So I told y'all in the intro, I'm going to be doing some food prep. I order from a farm box every week that's local so that I can get fresh produce, and I am doing a recipe from, what is this guy's name? If it ain't written down, I don't remember anything. Welcome to Perimenopause. This is the do it dairy free. Oh, Andrew Bernard on YouTube, I think it is. It's the NardDogDog, like DOG Cooks. Anyway, I want to give credit where credit's due. Anyway, I'm going to be making a 1-pot easy sautéed cabbage with kale and chickpeas. Why? Because I have cabbage. I needed to cook some cabbage. I wanted some cabbage, but I want something a little different tasting. I have a bunch of collards that I need to cook, and this recipe calls for cabbage and kale and chickpeas. Also need the plant protein, so there's the chickpeas. And I didn't want to make a big old mess, and so I wanted a 1-pot meal, and he's good for throwing some of those 1-pot recipes out there. If you like that relaxing sort of videos where there's not music, but there's all the sounds of the chopping and all, I can't remember what the ASMR, whatever. That's the kind of cooking he does. So if you like that kind of thing, look at his channel. So what are we talking about today? Day 1 is food that nourishes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is talk about, it's one of those things we know that food is medicine. The way that we eat can either make us healthy or not. It can actually harm us. And we know that because we're hearing all the dangers of processed food. You don't have to go far to hear something in the media about that. There's all kinds of stuff on the internet that says, eat this, don't eat that. And it can get very complicated. Eat carbs, don't eat carbs, plant-based, eat all meat. Okay, let's just simplify, okay? Scripture, what are we talking about today? 1 Corinthians 10:31, if y'all watch me, this is one of my favorite scriptures as far as eating is concerned. It says, so whatever you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. Now, it is important to know there's not sin in eating any particular kind of food. I don't think eating meat is wrong. I do know in my body and in many bodies, mostly plants is probably the healthiest thing. Here's the thing though, it can be hard to make that choice. It can be hard to make the time for food prep. It can be hard to, after a long day of work, to come home and cook a full meal. All that is true. So try to make it easy on yourself. And the way you do that is by thinking. Yeah, it's not really actually the doing that's the problem. Most of us, once we've exhausted the thought process and figured out, I think I know what I want to make. I think I know what I want to eat. I think I know what will feel good in my body. Actually doing the cooking is not the biggest problem. So what do we need to do? We need to make decisions, and we need to make decisions in advance. And think about it. What is it that we actually want to eat? What would feel good in our bodies? What would nourish us? And we know it's not the drive-through with the French fries and the greasy burger. I'm not saying you can't have a burger once in a while. Or you get one and you eat a piece of it, half of it, I don't know, a quarter of it. Maybe you don't get the fries. Maybe that's an occasional, fun food. But in general, how do we nourish? What feels, when you eat certain things, how do you feel? And so what I want to challenge you to do today, I'm not telling you go home after working and do some big major meal, but I want you to think, what would feel good in my body? And make one meal today, one meal, be nourishing, where you really feel taken care of. It might be a bowl of soup. It might be a big salad with some sort of protein on top, whether it's animal or plant. You got to decide which one is going to work best for you. But here's the key. I want you to ask yourself, how do I make this easy? I'm not standing here food prepping so that you can see easy. This isn't easy. What I am doing is cooking between 24-hour shifts at the hospital. So I'm not working today. I am home and I am going back to 24 hours in the hospital tomorrow and 2 days later. So I'm making food so that I have food to take with me to the hospital, and this requires actual food prep. This is not what you have to do. Do you stop at the store on the way home and pick up a salad? Maybe. Maybe you have some soup in the freezer. Maybe you have a favorite place that you can go that actually has a salad bar, and you can just, maybe you're lucky and there's a Whole Foods near you, and you can just be like, you know what, tonight I'm gonna get myself an assortment of vegetables and I'll throw my protein that's already made on my salad, and I will come home and enjoy that salad. What will feel good? Maybe it's a bowl of chili. What will feel good after you've put it in your body? Not just in your mouth, but after you've put it in your body. What will make your body feel cared for and nourished? And those of you who've watched my weight loss stuff will also know what I say is you want to eat when you're hungry, and only when you're hungry, because it will taste the best. Food doesn't taste as good when you're not really hungry. It will taste the best, and your body's ready for the food. Also, you want to stop when you're full. So if you're struggling with weight and you're eating just at random times and you're not really hungry, it's not time to eat. It's just not. So I want you to think about that. That's all I want you to do today. Wait till you're hungry and then eat something nourishing. And all you need to do is think in advance, what is that going to be? So that there's no decision fatigue, there's no shuffle at the end of the day. You might also sideways on the side say, okay, this is what I'm bringing home for the family, or I'm going to do for the family. They can have frozen pizzas. I'm going to have this. That is okay to do. Okay, and I'm not, in general, not saying be a short order cook and make something different for everybody. But if you're going to take care of you and your heart, what do you need? And before you try to figure out how to move the whole family, figure out how to move you. Remember, you're taking care of your heart and your well-being, and you're making it easy today. All right, I'll see you in class number 2.